Testing, testing. Looks like my mic is working. Um, actually, I think in my last thing that I recorded, my last test, because I had it internally turned down, I sounded so low I couldn't hear myself. I thought that the audio wasn't even working for real. Yeah, not for real. I'm gonna also turn up the desktop audio. I don't want to turn it up too high. I'm gonna put some music on in the background so it's not just my voice the whole time. Like, as beautiful as my voice is, nobody want to hear that junk just in plain silence. You feel what I'm saying? So, Lord, that's loud in my earphones. Couldn't hear myself think for 10 seconds. Lord have mercy. Um, don't nobody mind me having fun. No, for real. Because I'm just be like joking with myself and just making everything hilarious. Whole time, because I guess that's part of my personality, quote unquote. Uh, but yeah, welcome anybody that comes in or actually like listens to the recording of this or whatever the hell like that. Uh, give me 2 seconds. I probably should have set this up already, but I'm gonna do this now. Okay, just making sure we're live and everything. Otherwise, the whole thing's a waste. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, let's get underway with what we're doing today. Honestly, we're just testing. I'm just testing the whole stream idea and seeing if everything makes sense. Like, for example, only able to see this. Let me see. If I switch to that, what does it say? Or am I just lagging behind in my own stream? I'm watching it on like my phone to see if it actually works. Oh, nah, that's just mad late. That's just mad late. The delay is insane, and I don't know if that's my phone, my internet, or the nature of streaming. What is that? It might just be the nature of streaming. Whatever. Um, not even gonna mind that. I will turn my music down some more though, cause god dang, telling you, this is like a overload of a sensory overload for me. Cause not only can I not hear myself properly because my headphones is noise canceling, but then I also have music playing in the back, and I'm also hyper conscious of, oh my god, I'm recording something. So it's like insane in my head. But anyway, today's topic. Yeah, we're working on Asa, honestly. This game is almost done. When I say almost, I put like, I don't know, 12 layers of salts on it. Like enough salt to knock somebody's insulin out of them. But anyhow, it's almost done, guys. Almost, quote unquote. But we do have quite the amount of work to do left for it. Definitely enemies, new levels, um, lots of design, UI, menus, all that good stuff, all that painful stuff. But what we can at least get done is the demo for Monday, which is just gonna be like the first couple levels, yeah, first couple of fights, episode one type of thing. So I have to mix in the story element thing, which I'll probably get to tomorrow because I just want to finish the fights. Talking is a lot, but yeah. What we're going to primarily focus on is these two enemies right here that are brand new. I just made these kind of. He lacks in design. He'll have like new armor things and stuff like that to differentiate him from the other guys apart from the color. But bear with me. I just needed something to make his code work because he has this very specific script as a the thing that controls the actual logic behind them for my non-game developers out there watching the stream. Thank you for watching, by the way. Thank you everybody for taking their time out to actually listen to me talk and complain about this goddamn game. Anyway, I should start by just testing it, but I'm scared to. But hey, let me make sure my controller's plugged in. Honestly, streams going forward is a better idea than just me sitting here recording videos because one, I'm not gonna know what the hell I'm doing. Two, I'm not gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. And three, you're gonna leave me to edit all that later. Please don't. I'll procrastinate more than I don't even know. It just won't get done. Without further ado, let's actually test this game. If it decides to. Unity. Hello. Yes, witness my pain. Oh, wait. Speaking of pain, that guy is too fast. Too fast. Too far. And he has barely any. He has no recovery frames, in fact. I don't think I'm locked on. I am. The camera's just not. Oh, well. I'll put that in the to-do list. Get that camera. Kill this guy. No. Okay. Okay. Did I kill the spear? I killed the spear. Just gonna. Okay. Yeah, stab each other. Yeah, the floating guy I didn't program, which is what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so he's not even counted. I don't think he has any code at all, but his animation works. I guess I just have to program its targeting. Anyhow, yeah, that's mainly how this game's gonna go. Like, there's two different modes. Because I remember when I first designed it, I wanted this game to respect people's time. Where, ooh, look at this screen that's in my way. I think I still got hit. I'm gonna have to do a better counter for that. Which is out of scope for today's stream. But I did want to just talk about the game for a bit. Oh, let me actually start playing the game. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, we're going to have a whole day about the camera. The camera is dastardly bad. Did I say that wrong? I did. Leave me alone. Then it's the floatingness of this. Ugh. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Like, it has very good highs, but this game has really bad lows. And that's what we're going to try to even out here. What am I thinking of? Yeah, no. Let's start with working on these two guys and then going up from there. Like I was saying, this game has two game modes where it's like story mode, where you'll have all the different parts of the story being told as you play through the game, animated scenes or whatnot, and QTEs, quick time events. And then there's, for lack of better like naming, I'm a programmer, I don't name things. I call it battle tower mode, where you're just like going through the game's fights. Like, you're just fighting the different levels and stuff like that. So it respects people's time a little bit more if they don't want to sit through a whole story while they're playing the game. Most people don't. Sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. But he has to slow down. Because Lord have mercy upon my soul when I get hit with this goddamn spear. I think everything else works with this guy. He takes damage, except that recovery. He has like no recovery time at all. like you see them little bit of frames right there? That's his recovery. And then he's right back ready to attack. Lord. I might have to animate a new one. I might have to animate a whole recovery frame thing. Which wouldn't be bad to stream. The idea of this enemy is that like he's an instant like one trick pony. He charges his attack, which takes a couple of I guess that's 3 seconds. I never know like what this time frame actually represents. Whether that's supposed to be, oh, this is like a second, or like, oh, that's a minute. I'm thinking. Matter of fact, let's play. Let's find out. Hold on. Let's do a stopwatch real quick so I can figure this out. Boom. That's 3 seconds. No, because I never knew. Yeah, no. In 3 seconds, he attacks. But I mean, think about how much damage you can do to him in 3 seconds, though. Like, you're moving 60 frames per second. That's way more than enough time to stagger him out of his Ooh, no stagger when he's charging, but give it a longer charge period. Let's move it up to 5 seconds, right? And then it'll exit this attack. It'll exit this animation and into this one where it'll launch and do its attack, whatever like that. I like to keep all my logic like based off of state, because this is a state machine controller. And so like this is where he attacks. This is where he's getting ready to attack. This is where he charges his attack type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So he takes 5 seconds now, but let's make him have no stagger during his attack. My favorite thing to do in game development is like, oh, why is it being like this? Oh, because I didn't have it. And yeah, I'm gonna notice, and it's gonna be embarrassing looking back at this, but I make a lot of mistakes when I'm working on a game. I'm not gonna hold you. So what we're going to do, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna turn off his enemy body. This is the thing that catches its attacks, basically. It's hurt box. If you know what a hit box is, this is his hurt box. Well, we do want it to capture the attacks, but we don't want it to stagger. Do I have a function for that? I feel like I do. I do somewhere. I don't remember. Oh, matter of fact, we can go in here and, well, that's stagger. No, because I'm thinking I don't think stagger does what I want it to do. But you see this beautiful thing called the shield object? If we give it like a, alright, so we're gonna make a shield object for it while it's charging. We're not gonna give it visual representation yet, though. What we're going to do is I'm going to remember what the heck I'm doing. What we're going to do is we're gonna plug it in. And we're gonna look in the code and see if we can remember what it does. No, for I program so many different things and so many different projects. Sometimes it don't make no sense, and I can't remember what nothing does in any specific project. But thankfully, this is a very well documented system, quote unquote, sarcasm included. Um, mm, 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 mm. Where are you? I don't care for sharing my code. It's public on GitHub, I think. You know, honestly, I should probably make the thing that catches damage and the thing that detects whether you stagger or not two separate things as a whole. I think that'd be a pretty good idea, don't you? It just depends on. I didn't mean to press that. It just depends on how much logic is tied into what. And short disclaimer, I'm not here to teach anybody anything here. I'm literally just recording me doing this for people that feel like watching. So if you're here to learn something, you're at the wrong channel. You're at the wrong live. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Um, shield is great, less than or equal to 0. Then this does the staggers, right? So technically, if I just remove this, it will never stagger. Nobody will ever stagger. And if I just make a whole other script with a whole other object that catches stagger. So not even naming the shield, just like, hold on. Oops. Oops. Dang it. Yeah, I always press things like more than once. I don't know why. It might be my keys are a little bit loose. I might have to tighten them. Uh, I'm looking for something. Components? Triggers. Alright. Enemy. Stagger catcher. I always put enemy in front of enemy scripts so I can like find them. Catch stagger. Let's go. I don't think we need any of that logic. I think we just need like an on trigger. Enter. You see how it's like trying to auto generate some code? I don't like that sometimes. I'm not gonna hold you. Cause sometimes I be think you can think like, oh yeah, it's gonna help. You type it in. You look at it and it's just like, this don't do anything of what I want. Cause how is it gonna know sometimes, you know? So we want to create this type of connection thing. I think body constitutes as the enemy reference to it, which I could just get from a parent poll in the beginning. I no, because then I also it's a parents of parent thing. It's like the top parent thing, and am I supposed to remember how to dig up all the way up there? I don't think so. I don't feel like it. Just leave it as a reference for now. It's not like it's gonna hurt the game's overall stability or something. Not at this level. I can hear the optimization police in the background now. Oh my god. Not that this stream is getting views in the first place. Um, stream enemy. Oops. Hold on. That's literally it. That's literally it. I made a whole script just for this. And I hold no shame towards it. Now, you might be wondering why I don't like say, oh, if it's like this tag, or oh, if it's with that tag, because you know it could very well just touch the ground and be like, oh, something entered the trigger. It's gonna do this on the enemy it's referenced to and stuff like that, right? Well, there's a very nifty trick I like to do here. I don't know if you people are familiar with the ability to just go to the layer and like determine what layer touches what. So we're gonna put this on enemy box, enemy body. Yeah, I think we need to add the script. I think that might be helpful, you know? And this dragging your enemy reference. Again, optimization police, yeah, be alright. And we're just gonna go and like implement this now into everywhere else. All right, heading back into our animation. What am I doing? All right, now let's just animate when this is on and when it's not. We're just gonna take this off. Go down. I might just keep it off. Yeah, I like to keyframe different components for turning off and on, just because programming it in, I mean, you could with events and all that type of stuff, but like, if it's able to do it in the animator, why not just do it in the animator? You know what I'm saying? Again, optimization police, I hear you in the background. Um, I'm trying to think for a case that like this does not work. Instead of just testing to see a case that this doesn't work. Yep, he's taking damage, but he's not staggering. Lord have mercy. Ooh, my God. Yeah, they're jumping me pretty badly. Oh my God, that disgusting jump in this camera. Yeah, this camera's gonna be the death of me so soon. The lock-on version of this camera is not bad. Wait, why is the game like this? Okay, it was just very dramatic in its game over screen, which I should put something there. All right, bro. He got his iframes. No, I had to take a moment because that pissed me off. All right. Um, trying to think. What I could do, but it's so smooth, you know? What I could do is space this out just a little bit. And it's still just as smooth. Give it like a second. So like you can catch him in between attacks and stuff like that. And I should do another state where he is like tired, because if you have a high output attack like that, that's that fast too, and then I lower his speed, you would be like hella tired after like unleashing such an attack. But hmm, big things to consider. Um, yeah, these videos definitely gonna get chopped and posted on the posted on YouTube as like specific vids and stuff like that, so I can get like edited out and everything. Probably with what's it called? Dang, I forgot my thought. Oh well. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's get back into it. I had to take like 2 seconds to check something. Um, yeah, no, let's test playing with this guy a little bit more. Hopefully, I don't like instantly die. He is dodgeable though. Yeah, just don't dodge into the direction that he's like throwing himself in, huh? Wait for it. Yeah, no, his recovery time. Ooh, I think I no, because there's certain moves that are still gonna like stagger him anyway. See that dodge was beautiful. I have to separate dodge function from the jump a little bit more. Oh no, these guys are gonna destroy me. I'm caught. Yeah, I'm cooked. Wait. Yeah, the effect had to render in, but that was a good cutaway. No, because dying in my own game on stream is insane. That's crazy work. God. Oh, okay, so it's not that bad. I guess the general point would be to use one of the moves that you can stagger him out of. Normal attacks is just not gonna be enough. Period. End of discussion. Which is cool. Makes sense logically. Hmm. I'm trying to think if there's anything else this guy needs besides like now just a whole bunch of visual effects and no, his design's pretty simple, so I don't think there's anything else. Let me look my notes real fast, which y'all can't see. Because why would I let y'all see my notes? Y'all can see my code, but y'all can't see my notes. We didn't know what to do with my notes on my code, but notes you could just like chat GPT some answers. Or like use them as a different concept and stuff. Which would be weird. You're a freaking weirdo if you do that, but hey. Can't blame a... What's it called? There's an analogy, I'm not gonna think of it. Is this guy. Yeah, no, he's completed. Has one move that causes damage 100% guaranteed. Yeesh. Oh, causes a status effect. Oh yeah, because there are different status effects and different elements, but since this one has no element yet attached to it, we didn't get a status effect. Charges the move while unstoppable while using it. Yeah, you can't knock him out of that junk. Actually? Yeah, it can be knocked out of charging. And he has pretty low defense and health, so it's a balance. Like, high attack, low defense. Mad speed, no health. Get what I'm saying? As all things should be. Balanced. Okay, moving on. Let's work on that second enemy before I start doing visual effects. Visual effects is going to be his own stream, I promise you. Because that's a lot of work. I'm trying to think. There's definitely a lot of things that this guy does. He's mostly a support, hence the name. Again, I'm terrible at naming things. Leave me alone. So, I definitely want to do a heal cast, right? Where I can heal other enemies. It has a shield. Okay, so... Boost attack, boost defense. Potentially cast other shields. Okay. Do I have animations for these? Because what I could do is separate the logic by animation into state machines, like this one, for example. I don't know why shooting's here. Cast attack up. Hmm. Actually create its own folder. Okay. You know, honestly, I could just make it a certain point in the animation where the cast or whatever it's called is activated, and Certain point in the animation where the cast is called. And then determine what type of cast it is. So it's like it's all in one script where I'll just be like, see, here's where this animation event argument comes in, which I could do, but I just like I just like to have options. What can I say? Hmm. I guess it's not a very interesting stream today because it's more programming heavy when it's like, and it takes me a minute. It always takes me a minute. I don't plan what I'm programming, how I'm programming it before I do it. It's just more so of a thing of like free writing, quote unquote. Hmm. I know why this error is popping up, by the way. That's why I wasn't bothering with it. I know it's purely because like I put them as private instead of public. You know what? Might scrap this idea and just, well, they still have to become public anyway. Mm, actually, I got an idea. It does not involve misspelling private. You know, honestly, I have it already. I have the reference in the base class. I forgot. I forget. Dot set trigger, I guess. Not even. Wait. You know what? I'm gonna just stop typing private. It almost had it. And I'm gonna explain what I'm doing in a second. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm looking through all the enemies in the list of enemies, right? Make sure I'm okay. Make sure my mic was on. Looking through all the enemies and list of enemies and taking their health and putting them in an average, right? If this average is less than the total health, because I'm also going to take the average of that too. Not the average, that's total, right? The sum. And if it's less than the total by like a position, some odd percentage, maybe 40%, then I'm gonna make him cast a heal, which is an area effect type of thing. And if you happen to hit that trigger, an enemy happens to hit that trigger, then they get healed. Simple like that. I think with the attack up and the shield up, I'm just gonna do based on timers. Or I'm gonna just make it look at different enemies at random points, determine whether or not it's been buffed or not, and then give it a buff. May not sound like it does much, but that could be annoying in RPGs. And annoying is definitely what we're looking for with these enemy types. This is a bad idea. No, for real. This is like a terrible idea. Just keep it out here. Hello. That should do it. Now I have to like get the name of the heal animation in a second. Hold on. All right. Now, like I said, we're going to do the timers thing for. Sure, why not? Right? Which I could just make an I enumerator for and not make it complicated. Really, the logic for healing each enemy is going to be in a different object. I like to separate all logic and stuff like that into different types of objects and components and everything. It keeps things simple, clean, and like one line of code. Get what I'm saying? Like one line of code. It's a couple of lines, but you get what I'm saying. Actual logic wise, it's in here, which is a reference to something else, which is a reference to something else. Get what I'm saying? Instead of monolithing like 1,000, 2,000 lines of code, and honestly, I think this script is too big if you ask me. Yeah, look at it. It's almost at like 1,000, freaking 900 something. But we're not gonna think about that at the moment. It's a base class for a lot of crap, so a lot of crap that could be separated into different components. But anyway, um, actually, yield instruction weight equals new weight for seconds. 5. Wait. I'm curious. Do I even have a parameter that says is shielded? I don't. All right then. Stupid AI. Yeah, no, I just updated it one day and it's just like, hey, this is a thing now. And I'm just like, am I going to take time to turn it off? No. Sometimes it helps. With like a parameter. Or like if I'm typing something out already and it like kind of knows what I'm typing out, sure. Or sometimes like when I did the whole thing right here, right? And it just like auto completed it. And this. So I don't have to sit there trying to. You get the idea. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm getting tired of talking. It seems like an hour is the limit here. And this is why we have test streams, people. Who would have thought it actually knew what I wanted to do? I'm not even going to begin to tell you how dangerous this actually is. Because, say for example, you put it to cast, right? And for whatever reason, it decides to cast this more than once, right? This enemy is now stronger than you anticipated being, right? For whatever reason, the code runs more than once. Because if you're a game developer, you know sometimes code just decides to run more than once or twice or don't run at all for no reason at all. And you're just sitting there looking like, or you don't even notice it because you don't debug it. Because you just see it go up and you're like, oh yeah, sure. But you don't realize if it's up too much or up too little. You get what I'm saying? So for all intents and purposes, we're going to make this a variable in which this gets calculated whenever one of these changes. So we're going to go into the stats class right now and get this whole thing settled. Yeah, no, you see what I'm talking about? Okay, hold on. Just realized I had a defense stat. Didn't know that before. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I did know. I'm just saying. I haven't used it in like forever. It's been part of the code. It's like part of. I haven't touched this class in forever, mind you. But today we're going to do some adjustments. That's the button I'm looking for. Before we had AI, we had things that auto-generated stuff for us. Because who wants to sit there typing out a whole getter and setter? Excuse me. It's acting as if I already generated this one. That's highly annoying. Alright. You know, given that I haven't looked at this class in forever, I'm just going to check out of curiosity. And I bet you it's around here-ish. Yeah, it's right here. Alright, this is calculate damage taken, right? Yeah, because that's Zen's attack right there. All right, where's calculate damage given out? There we go. Wait, does that say calculate attack versus calculate damage? You'd think I would have put them next to each other. Okay, just making sure. What we're actually going to do, I'm gonna make a method. I honestly should do this, but am I going to do this? No. Didn't exist before and everything works just fine now, so why would I make it now? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. In the wise words of Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw. But anyway, WWE aside, what am I doing? See the magic of this? This needs an int class. No, that's not what that needs at all. What is wrong with it? Let's take a look. I'm curious now. Float to int. This is an int. This is an int. This is where it's probably a little floaty, if you catch my drift. +1. That's interesting. Honestly, I don't understand why this even exists like this. When it could simply just be level. And honestly, when you're doing reads, it should always be the actual variable versus that, unless you're doing something when you get it. You get what I'm saying? Sets are a different thing. Sets is what then calls here. So when you put extra logic like this into here, then it triggers this extra logic. Like how this clamps this 0, so it doesn't ever go below 0. I think level is it. Yeah, level is it. Why is level afloat? Why is it the only float in this? What was I thinking when I made this? Again, Lord knows how long ago that was. Probably look it up in like my GitHub, but hey. Now what's your problem? You need an extra parentheses, I think. No? Oh, no, it's just... it is the extra parentheses. Alright, so added attack, right? I'm just gonna automatically... right? And... I don't know. I do know. Because I want this to calculate right. And this, technically, needs to be afloat. Like I said, I don't plan it. I just go as I flow. Tuh. Heh. Puns. So, right, this is where this comes in handy, where now I could do this method anytime that gets adjusted. Anytime this gets a value assigned to it here, it's being set. This method gets called, this gets adjusted without any additional, you know, input from me. Tired. But like I said, this is just the caster. So this is just telling it to. Same thing with this. The actual object will have a trigger, and then any enemy in that trigger will get the actual effect. Will then have its method called with it's in the base enemy class to whatever buff has to be processed. Simple. No, I'm tired now. That's the problem. I am a little bit under the weather, so my stamina is sapped. Probably not the best idea to start streaming with. Well, then again, it's just a test stream, and this has to be edited out and cut into videos anyway. So I might as well finish what I'm doing, and then end the stream from there. It's not like people are watching, although I'm not checking. Let me think. I'm trying to think. Because it's a clone. It's literally a clone. They literally do the same exact thing, only different time intervals, different. You get the idea. And this one's based off of calculation. Honestly, honestly, I just thought about it. Anytime that it determines that its health is like their health is too low, it's just gonna do that thing, which is kind of bad. So we'll go for this. We'll do 10 seconds. Really, fights are like a minute, maybe 30 seconds long. So. I'm really just going on a guessing game with these numbers. They're magic numbers, as my professor would like to say. And so we're just gonna move this logic after the wait. And then we can replace this with that. Cool. I don't think I need this. I do need to do. I was going to see if it was gonna Oh, look, there it goes. See, it comes in handy sometimes. All right, so let's think this out. I guess what you do here now is just like, and it'll just, yep, and it'll just, yep. Oh wait, I don't have another one. So it starts the coroutine. I see the problem with this. So the whole thing is, it'll only do this thing once. It'll only try to do it, try to determine all that type of stuff one time at the start. Calculate this out, calculate this out, calculate this out, right? And then do it the one time each, or don't do this one at all, and then it's doing nothing. I get that, right? Now it's a determination of, okay, how do I get to check for all these stuff again, right? Well, the key would be making these while loops, right? And then making like a reset timer. Honestly, making that 15, making that 35, making that 40. 50. And then making these while loops and then storing them in coroutines. Because you know what it is? I don't want happening is this to end up going at the same time as one of these. So what I'm going to do is every time it casts, it's going to have to recalculate. No, because then it'll just like keep trying to cast this one over and over and stop these two from going and cast these one over. Da, 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 da. Hmm. I feel like there's an issue with it, but honestly, I'm the type that just like mess around and find out because yeah, technically we don't need this. We don't need this. Ooh, I wonder where's the compile error. Right. I forgot about this script I completely abandoned. Goodbye. Menacing. No, that's a fight for another day. That's a UI fight for another day. And I don't mean Ultra Instinct. I mean actual user interface fight. Trying to think. What did I name this stuff? Attack. What does this do? What does this look like? Oh, so shield cast is like shielding like one particular enemy and then like rotating and holding it towards that enemy the whole time. We can change the logic for shield up later. Actually, I think I'm gonna end the stream here because I'm tired. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching. And we'll pick this up either later or another time.